There's the siren, and we are underway for second quarter action with the ball tossed up, and the tap won by Martin. Tried to tap it behind him to find Kurt Aylett. Wasn't able to do so, but Yogi with the tackle will force a secondary stoppage in the middle. Bucks go at it. Again, Martin with the tap. This time it was for Danny. He wasn't able to control it cleanly, and the clearance almost won cleanly by the Bridges. Martin wins it back, trying to tap it forward. Was Yogi, almost was held without it. Going in hard the other way was Cookson, and then he tried to get it out to a teammate, and Cookson almost got that ball back. Martin went in really hard, but ball's going to be a ball up. Goes down the line, punched away, and then Anderson's going to clear it away, and Hurstbridge with possession of the footy. They're at centre half forward. It's going to be a shot on goal. It's going to go right to the line and miss to the right-hand side. That's the first score of the second term. Hurstbridge are 4-5-29, Banyule 3-1-19.
So Banyule go out to the far side or the pavilion side to Aylett. Got Costanzo running for him. Chooses to go the short chip to Ruben Blackmore. They've moved this ball up to centre wing, far side, have Banyule, and it's now at half forward for them. And now inside 50, Danny's all on his own out the back, and he can. Is he going to? It's going to be a free kick. In fact, it is going to be a mark to. I think it might be, in fact, Daniel Owen who's taken the mark. So he can go back and potentially kick his first goal of this contest. He's been threatening, Zach.
This will be his third score involvement of 5 scoring shots for Banyule as well.
As he gets the goal straight through the big sticks, and Banyule have the last 4. 4-1-25 the Bears. Hurstbridge 4-5-29 after only 2 minutes of play here.
Yeah, some great work there from Banyule, and that's what we need to see a bit more from Daniel Owen. He might not be getting the goals all the time, Zach, but for him to have scoring involvements in different ways, that's what's going to help the Bears continue this surge.
Yeah, he's already got 3, but it almost looks like if he gets 7 or 8 that Banyule win by either a point or they win comfortably. It just looks like whenever he's involved in a scoring passage, it looks like it's going to be a positive one for Banyule.
4 goals each, 4 individual goal scorers each to start this match here at Ben Freeley Oval. Ball gets tossed up, and it was Martin again winning the tap and doing really well in that space. And then ground level, trying to get that one out was Cam Wild. Got the handball away, and now it's the Bridges that will look to go inside 50. They go towards the Kent direction. Great spoil coming through the direction of McClarty again at ground level. Hurstbridge, and another shot on goal misses. That was O'Brien with that opportunity, and the Bridges now 4-6-30. Banyule 4-1-25. So a couple of behinds there for the Bridges, and now Banyule getting closer and closer.
I think both of those behinds have come from Harry O'Brien. So there's some good opportunities as O'Brien. He has threatened to tear this game open with a couple of goals, but hasn't, as Costanzo with this kick in goes to the broadcast side, halfback flank. The ball from behind there from Leichhardt. They're inside 50 here through Mitch Wild, who gets the shot on goal. It's shepherded through illegally, I think. The umpire called an illegal shepherd there by Cooper Perrin, and Banyule will be able to rebound.
He was off to celebrate as well. It was Wild, but not on this occasion, as the ball made its way all the way to the centre wing pavilion side, and we're going to have a boundary throw-in as a result. So that would have been the important goal for the Bridges to stop the momentum.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, for their sake, they are still searching for a goal to end the run for the Bears. That's a very high ball coming from Sammartino towards half forward. It was misread completely by a couple of players in the air. Now the ball hits ground level. The Bridges spinning their way out through Plain. You've got the handball away to Wild, and then Hurstbridge with control at half back. They'll look to switch it. It's a deep defensive 50 switch, but it'll work out as they get possession of the football. This kick has to be perfect to Wild, and it was a great spoil coming through from Danny of the Aiden variety to see that ball go out of bounds for a boundary throw-in.
Awesome work rate. Hurstbridge were out if that was a mark, and his direct opponent there, Danny, was able to roll out to his left. So awesome spoil.
So good chance for another potential shot on goal for Banyule. There's Cookson. It's tackled there by Kurt Aylett. And we'll get a ball up right on the tip of the centre square on this broadcast side. Banyule attacking half out here at Ben Freeley Oval. As Langford got the tap down. There's no clear winner in that clearance, and it's forced out of bounds there off the hands of David Menen, who's shown plenty of promise in his opening game, first game for Hurstbridge last week, and plenty of promise in this contest. There's Reichard with the big fist. I think it was one of the Wild brothers that managed to dig a handball out as Cookson the ball was stolen away from him by Jack Sammartino as he goes inside 50. The Bridges will be able to rebound. Looking for the kick, but nothing doing as O'Brien gives the 1-2. They're moving this ball really well at Hurstbridge as they go inside 50. It's a 3-on-1 in favour of Banyule. And one of the Banyule players was Big Tim Munn, who takes the mark.
We're taking a few marks in defence. Gave it off to McDonald, who sends it away from defensive 50. Target was Yogi. Had to compete with his opponent in the air, and as a result, the Bridges win the ball back through Plain. And then it's a chance here for Jake Richards, and then he's taking a big tackle by a couple of Bears. It's going to be one for the back here now. Chance for Cameron. Cameron wastes no time. He's got a one-on-one in Della Rocca that he likes. He pushed his opponent out the way and almost took the mark. Tries to keep this ball moving forward for Langford. He tries to get a toe onto it and can't do so. And then Wild clears things out to his brother in Mitch. And then they'll be able to get them way out of trouble once again. It's Ben Harrison. He takes the mark at half back. Chipping ball. Maybe not the best kick. And it's going to be boundary throwing centre wing broadcast side as a result. So 6.5 minutes in, Bridges lead by just 5 points after leading by as much as 27. In the opening term, tap from Martin was looking for Lowton. Didn't get to him. Cookson almost taken high. Happy to let the play continue. Bevan tapping that ball in front. And he was knocking over some of his teammates on the bench there for a boundary throw.
Two good moments there from Devin McDonald, covering Benjamin Bevan really well in that forward half. So conceding the boundary throw-in though, as Martin gets front position and was held by Zachary Reichard. Starting to get on top in this ruck contest is Tim Munn against Reichard, who is playing his first game of senior footy since 2022. As I say that though, he turns it over. And the Bridges looking for options on this far side. It's the kick there, and the intercept mark was taken there by Christopher McCarb. Goes out wide to his captain Ethan Taylor. Short kick was a dangerous one. Still found the hands of Ben Harrison. Plays on immediately. Cookson. Really nice handball over the top. Was there a high free kick? There wasn't. As Banyule will be able to move this ball through Sammartino. McDonald got the handball out the back. It's with Aiden Danny as they go down the line to Banyule. They might have the numbers here. Langford manages to almost picks up the ball. And it might spill out of bounds. It'll be a ball up here.
How about the ferocity of the tackling at the moment, Zach?
It is very good, and it's probably what both coaches would be happy with, just that intense pressure, making it incredibly difficult for either team to get clean passages of play, which is why we've only seen just the one goal this quarter.
Martin with the intercept after the Bridges won the clearance in defensive 50. So it's going to go back in, and well, played on, and straight on the task was Sam House, who was right in his way and was able to later tackle, and he's rewarded with a holding the ball free kick, and he wants to move it quickly, and why not? He's got an option at centre half forward, and they could go inside 50. He looks for House again, and he dropped the mark. And it allows, well, Sire got the handball away to Danny. And then he has to spin around on his right to clear it out their way out of trouble. And now they'll move it through Lowton with his left. Through the corridor. Tough one for Owen. Picked it up on the bounce. Handball wasn't clean, but reading that well was Viv Blackmore-Moore, who assesses his options and goes deep through. It's a great kick. And the mark is taken by Davin Cameron, who's going to go back and look for his second. Not as highlight worthy maybe as his first mark, but the play leading up to it was just as important for the Bears. And Cameron, in his second game, is looking for his third senior goal.
It was a great composure from Danny's kick though, that kick started this out of their back 50.
Cameron, slight angle to speak of, comes in from about 35 out, and that's a great finish, and the Bears are in front as we tick towards the 10-minute mark of this second term. Cameron has a second. And 5-1-31 now, Banyule. Hurstbridge, after 4 opening term goals, trail by a point. And you're right, Zach, it was all that lead up and that play built by the Bears. It allowed Cameron another shot on goal.
Probably the cleanest passage of play we've seen all afternoon from either side. Just a one on Davin Cameron. That's 2 goals now, and just his second game of senior footy, the 19-year-old. He's already a good start towards his time in the seniors at Banyule.
The perfect start for the South Morang Juniors. Up we go again. It's Reichardt up against McClarty, and it's the former that got the tap out only to Aylett, though. San Martino with a very quick handball. They have the numbers here, do Banyule, and Aidan Danny is going inside 50 looking for Jack Langford, who tries to outmuscle his opponent, couldn't. Della Rocca at the fall of the ball. Will he pick up this handball? He does. It's a looping one, and Loden has to become the tackler for Banyule, and we'll get a ball up here inside. Forward 50 here for Banyule. Right on the cusp of 50 as McClarty goes up in ruck. It's Reichardt with the tap down. Ball not going anywhere though, and we'll get a forward 50 stop. Forward 50 or just outside forward 50 stoppage. Going on off the ball as well.
Ball gets tossed up. Umpire just wants to get things moving, almost for playing, but it'll be a bouncing ball from McClarty inside forward 50. Langford did well to pick that up, but he's just going to snap it on his left. It's across the face of goal, but it's going to get to Jones. No. Yes, it is a mark to Jones, and then he wants to centre it, even though he's conceded about 15-20 metres, and the mark's taken by Lockie King. And he's going to have shot at a rare goal. I say that, he's only kicked a 2 last year, but it's not one that probably gets inside forward 50 that often. Nonetheless, this is a chance for Banyule to kick their 6th consecutive major. King comes in and has just missed to the right. He had the arm up and he was ready to run to the races, but it's 5-2-32 now. Banyule, Hurstbridge at 4-6-30. We're 12 minutes into quarter number 2 here at Betfree Layers.
Got to credit Banyule for their accuracy in front of goal. 7 scoring shots and the 5 goals as the kick in finds Nick Kent all on his own. So McClarty giving him a bit too much yardage there as he looks for options. Might be forced to go down the line to a couple of one-on-ones, and he does so. Beaver might fly. Plane will fly. Drop the mark. Spills to Jack San Martino, who looks for Jack Langford inside 50. Ball goes out of bounds on the fall.
Well, so Zach, Hurstbridge, they've got possession of the footy as they look to clear it away. I'll ask you in a moment how they can get themselves back in this game if it is purely by possession, because they've struggled to contain Banyule at the moment. They do have the ball at centre wing at the pavilion side, and the kick from Menon towards centre half forward is going to be cut off by Sam McClarty. They're looking to move it quick, Zach, but it's not working at the moment.
No, it isn't. And I think it's also back in the contest. That's where Banyule have really gotten on top, as Kent's almost marked that one.
He nearly did, but that ball's going to go to ground level and will be a ball up instead, Zach.
But it is where the contest, it starts right there, and I think they made a massive emphasis, Paul Harris, on just starting really well in the contest to get the game back on their terms. And as we've seen, Banyule, that's exactly what they've done. 5 consecutive goals, and I think it's just... That's probably where Hurstbridge, if they can lift in that area, that early dominance in that first quarter, we'll start to see it again.
So Kent has a defensive side of the wing. That kick's not a great one to play, and he almost gave away a free kick, but it's going to be a boundary throw in front of the Hurstbridge bench. And Joel Caldwell, in his 2nd season in charge of Hurstbridge, he's done a fantastic job in putting this Hurstbridge side into the finals conversation. Ball gets tossed up, playing out the back. He's just going to get a bouncing ball inside. Beaver didn't read it best. Do they have the numbers at ground level this time? They don't. Cleared away by McDonald. And that one's going to be turned over as well. The mark taken by Hymas.
As he looks to play on immediately, as they have done for most of this day. And it's cut off by Liam Sear. He looks to go to the pavilion side wing, and he's got a man all on his own in Jack Langford, who's starting to get more involved in this game as the big forward. Inside 50 to a couple of one-on-ones. Out the back, Vivian Blackmore was lurking. They do well, Hurstbridge, to clear their lines. William Plain presenting as an outlet option. Wild, try to find Wild. He taps it forward and concedes a boundary throw right in front of the Hurstbridge coach's box.
Bit of love for some defenders today. Liam Sear's been fantastic and on debut. In his 4th game in the seniors, been really strong for Banyule down there, and I think just there with that clearance, David Menon has been great for Hurstbridge as well.
As McClarty got the tap down, there's one of the Danny boys in Aiden who Gets this free kick. Umpire calls advantage. Cameron, who's looked very lively in the forward half. Kick was nearly intercepted. Banyule have the numbers on the ground. Vivian Blackmore just kicked it ahead of himself, and he gives away the kicking.
I think it's his free. Oh, yes, you're right.
Bridges will have it in defensive 50. Timus that wants to switch it across, and the kick looking for Stewart's a poor one. And we're going to have boundary throwing as a result. They just have not been as efficient as they were in the first 20 minutes of that opening term. Although they only do trail by 2 points, so not all as bad as it seems at the minute, although I would hope to try and find some scores soon. In the meantime, the Bears, they manage to just keep this ball in play as they go towards the top of the goal square, and it's a fantastic mark coming in. That's McClarty this time, who's drifted forward. And speaking of rare goals, is someone that's usually been playing in the defence during his VFL and local footy time. He's going to have a chance to kick a 6th consecutive goal for the visitors, and his first in Banyule colours in just his 2nd game. As I mentioned, he was Heidelberg listed last year, didn't get on the park. But Banyule will be very happy that they have him at their disposal. Comes in, and his first goal in Bears colours is a great one. More importantly, it's a 6th consecutive goal for the Bears. 6-2-38 now, Banyule. Hurstbridge, a 4-6-30, 16 and a half minutes into this 2nd quarter. It's been very impressive stuff from the visitors since about that 20-minute mark of the first term, Josh.
It has been very impressive from the Bears, proving why many of the Division 1 coaches had them as the highest risers, or one of the biggest risers this season in the competition. Some of their big name recruits or some of their returning players also stepping up. One of those in Martin is in ruck. He nearly got the tap down the secondary one. San Martino got a really good handball away to Kaiochi in the inside 50. Once again looking for Daniel Lowen. Out the back was Ruben Blackmore. And there's a holding free kick to Daniel Lowen, who can go back and probably have it would be his 3rd shot on goal. He's had around 4 or 5 score involvements, maybe, Zach. So it's a very positive quarter this from Banyule, but we have seen that the Bridges, they can get on a run, but this is still pretty promising from Banyule and from Daniel Owen. The Bears have 7 in a row. They're 7-2-44. Hurstbridge a 4-6-30 after 17.5 minutes play here in this 2nd quarter.
So from memory, Zach, when we were at Hurstbridge last time and they took on Northcote Park, albeit that was quite a little while ago, I think Hurstbridge went on a 9-10 goal run. That saw them break the game open. The Bears are threatening to do that right now. They've kicked 7 consecutive majors as we tick towards this 18-minute mark, and they just don't look like stopping at the moment.
No, they don't. I think they're starting to panic as well. The pace of that ball going inside forward 50 for Banyule is really, really quick, and I think Hurstbridge are now just struggling to gain ascendancy or control this game. It's a free kick against Hurstbridge again now, and Yogi looks to go inside 50 again.
So it was Cam Weil that was pinged for holding the footy, and Yogi decides to go out wide to Jones. Jones sends it inside 50, tough one, but no, McClarty will get there. It just dropped for him. They had a few Hurstbridge defenders in front of him there, but McClarty just seemed to work out for him, and he's going to decide to chip this one because he's got a man all on his own in the pocket. And it's another shot on goal incoming for the visitors.
I think this is unravelling a little bit for the Bridges. That move from Paul Harris to send Sam McClarty up there, up forward, has proven to be a masterstroke because Hurstbridge don't know what to do with him.
As the player comes in, it's out of bounds on the full. Not too sure who that is.
Yeah, I was just trying to work that out.
Maybe Vivian Blackmore.
Could be Blackmore more, that's for sure.
Could have been.
Very prominent around that area of goal, that's for sure, but no score for them at the moment. The Bridges cleared away, and at centre half back, the mark is taken by Menon. Menon wants to go through the corridor, looking for Kent, dropped short, and another free kick going the way of the Bears. It's Ruben Blackmore that wins it, although he's a bit proppy. He is okay. He's almost right in the middle of Ben Freeley Oval. Just going to chip this one inside. A few options, a lot of flies. Oh, and at ground level, and that's 8th in a row for the Bears. A 3rd goal for Daniel Owen. And this is turning into a masterclass here for Banyule. They are 8-2-50 Hurstbridge a 4-6-30. We're about to tick into time on in this second term. And it is the live wires up forward that are making an impact. Daniel Owen with 2 second quarter goals, 3 total for the match. And the Bears are in complete control, Josh.
It is dominance in this second quarter from Banyule. As up we go again in the middle of Ben Freelay Oval. Ken from behind. He's got it to Blake Fitzgerald. Bursting away from the stoppage. Looking for Barbera inside 50. Or Perrin, in fact, I should say. They keep it in. No, they don't. It goes out of play for a boundary throw-in. So a goal would be crucial here for Hurstbridge to stem what has been a river flow really from Banyule. 8 goals in a row after the Bridges kicked the first 4 of this contest as Bevan goes up in ruck against Munn. Munn got a secondary fist. Looking there for Lachlan King. He couldn't get the ball clear, neither could William Cookson after a good tackle there from Riley Loden, and we're going to get a secondary ball up inside forward 50 right in front of the pavilion out here at Ben Freelay Oval. Much needed goal here through the Bridges as they create an opportunity, but Costanzo read it best and goes the top right into the middle of the ground, looking for Daniel Owen, who's lit it up in this second quarter. Nice spin move there from Cooper Barbera. He can go inside 50. The kick wasn't great. And it's Devin McDonald cutting it off.
And another opportunity goes begging for the Bridges. This time it's Arbin Danny who got the handball away. He's going to win the handball back, and then through the corridor he goes. Tough one for Blackmore Moore. Hurstbridge with players everywhere now. Cookson enters 50. He might just do it himself, and McDonald all on his own in the defensive goal square. He's able to save the day once again for the Bears. And will look to clear things away for the time being. They look towards the Martin direction, who was impeded upon front on contact, and it will be won by the Bears. They want to take advantage. Yogi with the left foot inside 50. Tough one for De La Rocca, and it'll be cleared away by the Bridges by foot. And then, well, that kick not a great one for Cookson. Trying to get in his way there was Sammartino, and they go back inside 50 again, and it's that man again, Dan Owen, with another inside 50 mark. And he just puts the hand up and say, I'm in good form, boys. I'm looking for number 4.
It's just that last touch there from Hurstbridge. It looked like they did so well to get a spoil. I think it was Richards on De La Rocca that brought a lot of his teammates into it. They had 3 players all on their own. It's not a bad decision to go to Cookson there, but you just got to hit that kick, because these are the things that will happen where a turnover in Banyule can make you pay.
For his 4th goal of the afternoon, this one's going to stick to the right. Not to be. But it's not taking anything away from Banyule at the moment, who are 8-3-51. Hurstbridge are 4-6-30, 23 minutes into this second quarter.
As the kick in wasn't a great one, still picked it up there, did Christopher McCarb, looking for Plain. Their kicks are just looking too rushed, but they're still composed enough to move it out of defence of Hurstbridge. Plain looking for Cookson, kick was too high from him. Martin couldn't run onto it, McClarty does. Goes into the middle of the ground with a dangerous kick. Hurstbridge have the numbers on the ground in Harrison. It's Hymish trying to burst his way through the pack. He couldn't. Blackmore Moore, was it holding the ball? Umpire said he wasn't. Jones out the back on true centre wing. Gets the kick inside 50, looking for a teammate. That was Riley Loden, and it's seen out of bounds there by Jake Richards. They're piling on the pressure though, Banyule.
Hurstbridge not kicked a goal since the 15-minute mark of the opening term. And to be honest, almost haven't really looked like kicking one since that point. The Bears have piled on 8. Boundary throw-in comes in. The tap will work for the Bears. It'll be cleared away by Hurstbridge. They need to do more of that, you feel like, in their second half coming up. Plain was the target, had it spoiled away, and then it's tapped out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. 24 minutes gone in this second quarter. It's been terrific from the Bears. And they should go into half-time, you think, with a comfortable lead. Reichard getting the tap. Spills out to Plain. Tried to get it to Wild, whose handball was cut off. And we'll have another boundary throw, and this time in front of the Banyule bench. There's Paul Harris roaming the boundary line. Also premiership coach with this club. Reichard again getting the tap. Langford secondary tap, but it's cleared away by Hurstbridge, albeit not efficient at all. They do gain a few metres, but it'll be another boundary throw-in. This time on the other side of the Bears bench. Ball's going to be just just about tossed back into play as McClarty makes his way back into defence. Martin front spot. He might get away a free kick though. No, he's going to win the free kick. No, I was right the first time. Reichard gets the free kick. Where do they go from here? The Bridges. They're going to send it towards half forward. Kent's going to fly. He was held without it by McClarty. So Kent's going to have this footy. It's probably a touch too far out to score. He's going to look a bit more centrally. That kick's a poor one, but still into space. Might work out for Cookson, who's trying to make something out of nothing. Got the handball back to Richards, and then he just chips it to Taylor. Taylor a good 70 out from goal. Call to play on. Deep inside 50, he goes with this kick. Flying was a couple, and then it's going to be rushed through. No, McClarty keeps it in play, but I reckon that's gone out of bounds on the full. It's just bounced inside. I'll have a boundary.
It's given deliberate.
He has. You don't see that often in local footy, but it is going to be a free to the advantage of Hurstbridge. So this is going to be a shot. I think this might be O'Brien.
It is Harry O'Brien.
That's got this ball right on the boundary. It'd be a remarkable goal if he was to kick it. He's got a bit of the wind to speak of as well, which is blowing across the ground to the left. Well, he might look to set it up. He's going to have the shot, and that is a beautiful finish. And look how pumped up Harry O'Brien is. And why not? A fantastic goal. He's second of the afternoon, and the Bridges, for the first time in over a quarter, have got a measure for their work. It is 5-6-36 to Banyule 8-3-51, and well, that could be the little spark they need. We're talking about that about Banyule a quarter ago, Zach, and that's worked well, but a terrific finish from O'Brien.
Definitely, and much needed goal. It just seemed as though if that was another behind or a no score and Banyule were able to go coast to coast and get another goal, you'd think the heads would have been dropped too far for Hurstbridge to get back into it, but it just seems as though Banyule, they're a class above as they look to clear it again.
They get this clearance. Cookson danced past one, got past another, and gets the high free kick. Starting to have an impact these last couple of minutes, Cookson's
going to say he's gotten a lot more involved in this quarter as well, which has helped Hurstbridge not just get more ascendancy in the game, but stem Banyule's dominance.
As he's done well here to dance past the player on the mark. Kick wasn't all too great. It still might fall into Hurstbridge hands as one with a push in the... Not a push in the back. It's a ball up, in fact, I should say, after what was a bit of a bone-crunching tackle there from the big ruckman.
He's pretty sore at the moment, is the Goldie.
It's a bit concerning for Hurstbridge if he goes down, compiling their injury woes, but he looks like he's not just have had the wind knocked out of him, looks like he's making a quick recovery. Isman got this tap down. Couldn't find a teammate though. Aylett applies the tackle there on Ben Harrison as there goes the halftime siren. We've got an entertaining contest out here at Ben Freelay Oval. The Bridges are the last of the first half. They trail 5-6-36 to 8-3-51 Banyule after the Bears kicked the first 8 goals in a row, Nick.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a fantastic period there from the Bears, but that last major from O'Brien from a tight angle just gives them a little bit of hope, you think, to get themselves back in this contest and thus trail by just the 15 points. Your goal kickers this afternoon so far, let's look at Banyule, and it's 3 for Daniel Elwood and a couple as well to David Cameron. And then singles to Jack Langford, Viv Blackmore-Moore, and Sam McClarty got his first goal for the Bears. The same goal kickers as quarter time for the Bridges in O'Brien, Kent, Bevan and Plain, but it was O'Brien's second. That helped Hurstbridge get it to a 5-6-36 scoreline, trailing Banyule, who are 8-3-51. Boys,